Welcome to this journey towards wisdom and serenity through Stoicism. In a world filled with challenges and constant change, Stoicism, a philosophy that has withstood the test of time for centuries, offers us valuable guidance for living a more fulfilled and meaningful life. Stoicism, originating in ancient Greece and later developed in classical Rome, centers on the pursuit of virtue, self-transcendence, and mastery over our emotions. Throughout this video, we will explore the 3 unbreakable rules of Stoicism, principles that can help us find inner peace, make ethical decisions, and cultivate strength amidst adversity. Rule 1. Distinguish between what you can control and what you cannot. At the core of Stoicism is the idea that we cannot control all the circumstances that surround us, but we can always control our responses and attitudes towards them. This means that instead of worrying about external events beyond our control, such as the weather or the actions of others, we should focus on what we can control: our emotions, thoughts, and actions. This rule teaches us to let go of anxiety and frustration related to things we cannot change and redirect our energy towards what we can influence. When we apply this rule in daily life, we find greater inner peace and less stress by freeing ourselves from concern about the inevitable. For example, imagine you're stuck in a traffic jam. Following Stoic advice, you realize that you can't control the traffic, but you can control your reaction. Instead of getting angry, you use the time to listen to an audiobook or reflect on an important topic. Rule 2. Accept what you cannot change. The second rule urges us to practice acceptance of circumstances we cannot alter. Stubborn resistance to the inevitable only generates suffering. Instead, we should recognize that certain events and situations are beyond our influence and learn to adapt and find serenity amidst them. By applying this rule, we can experience greater mental and emotional tranquility by ceasing to struggle against inevitable forces. This allows us to focus on what we can change and improve in our lives. For example, let's say you've lost your job due to a company restructuring. Here, applying Stoicism, you may feel initial sadness, but then you accept that this situation is beyond your control. You focus on what you can do next, like searching for new job opportunities or improving your skills. Rule 3. Live in accordance with virtue. The third rule of Stoicism centers on living a virtuous life. Stoics believe that virtue is the path to a meaningful and ethical life. The 4 key Stoic virtues are wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Living in accordance with these virtues involves making decisions based on ethical principles, acting justly in our actions, and treating others with respect and compassion. It also means cultivating self-discipline and moderation in our lives to avoid excesses and vices. By following this rule, we not only improve ourselves but also contribute to a better and more ethical world around us. These 3 unbreakable rules of Stoicism are powerful tools that allow us to find inner peace, make ethical decisions, and live a more meaningful life. By applying these principles in our daily lives, we can develop greater mental and emotional strength, face challenges with serenity, and grow as ethical individuals. For example, imagine you're facing an ethical decision at work, where you're expected to take an action you consider wrong. Following Stoicism, you decide to act in accordance with virtue and make an ethical choice, even though it may have negative consequences for you in the short term. This decision provides you with inner peace and a sense of integrity. Epictetus, who was lame due to a leg injury, taught that suffering doesn't come from external circumstances but from how we react to them. He himself lived with physical limitations but found peace by focusing on what he could control: his mind and actions. Seneca, a prominent Roman Stoic, was known for his simple lifestyle and rejection of extravagant comforts. An anecdote tells us that when Nero offered him expensive gifts, Seneca declined them, demonstrating his commitment to virtue over material wealth. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote about applying Stoicism in his life as a Roman emperor. Amid the pressures of leadership and difficult decision-making, he found solace and guidance in Stoic principles, showcasing the practical utility of this philosophy in high-stress situations. In summary, Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers us valuable lessons to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. We have explored the 3 unbreakable rules of Stoicism. First, learning to distinguish between what we can control and what we cannot frees us from anxiety and allows us to focus on what truly matters in our lives. Second, accepting what we cannot change helps us find inner peace and lets go of resistance to life's inevitabilities. And third, living in accordance with virtue guides us toward an ethical and meaningful existence, where our actions reflect our deepest values. Throughout this journey, we have shared examples of individuals who have successfully applied these principles in their lives, from historical figures like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius to everyday situations we all face. Stoic philosophy reminds us that, while we may not always control what happens around us, we always control our response. By applying these unbreakable rules, we can find serenity amidst chaos, live with integrity, and forge a path to a more meaningful life. So, I encourage you to reflect on these teachings and apply them in your own life. Stoicism is a compass that can help us navigate the turbulent waters of existence, and with practice and patience, we can find greater tranquility and wisdom on our journey. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Stoicism. As we conclude our exploration of Stoicism and its timeless wisdom, we invite you to join us on this ongoing journey towards a more fulfilled and meaningful life. If you've found value in these insights, if you've been inspired by the stories and teachings of the Stoic philosophers, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel. By doing so, you'll stay connected with our community and have access to more content that can help you navigate the challenges of the modern world with Stoic principles. So, click that subscribe button below, and let's continue to learn, grow, and find inner peace together. Thank you for being a part of our Stoic journey. Until next time, remember, virtue, wisdom, and resilience are within your grasp. Subscribe now and embrace the Stoic path to a more meaningful life. Goodbye, and take care.